Hi guys, I hope you're well. I am very tired and stressed. However, in a week, I get married, 1 week today. And I wanted to do some wedding prep, just the last little bits that I needed to tweak. And right now, my partner and my children are napping downstairs. And he said, why don't you go and have a sleep? Because, you're exhausted. I've been very unwell. I've been off work for nearly 2 weeks. And I can talk about that in a bit. But I thought I have some things I need to do. So I have this pizza box of pins, buttonholes for the wedding. Which are these? And I wanted to put them with the pins because I lost the original pins, so I've had to buy some more. Just little bits and bobs that I've lost, and this one has infuriated me a little bit because it's doing that. But I suppose they could wear it like that or like that. It's their choice. And also, I need to write some thank you cards, which I thought I'd do with you. And I'm going to show you this too. So let's go. So, I have some thank you cards that I'm going to write. Because for my bridesmaids, I've got them, I'm going to show you, but I've made a bag for each of them to say thank you, and they're going in the dressing room at the venue, and I have to drop them off on Sunday, so let me show you. So annoyingly, they've been in storage, so they're very creased, so I'm going to have to try and get the creases out, but it says the I Do Crew. So this is my best friend's bag. So here we go. It says her name, and it has a little ducky keyring there. They all have them. The reason they have them is because where I'm from, I lived for many years in a place where I was born called Nottingham. Now, if you're not British, you will not understand this, but I will explain. Where I'm from, and in the middle of the UK, there is a saying called "A up me duck." So A, up, as in up, me, duck, as in a duck. A up me duck. So let's pretend for a second. Hey up me duck, you alright? Hey up me duck, how you been? Hey up, how are you? My personal favourite, hey up mate. So it's a thing. It's just a polite way, a friendly way, an informal way of saying hello. So I have a brother in America, not biologically by any means, but he is still my brother. And when I call him, I say, hey up mate, how you doing? Hey up sis. So, I got these bags. I also purchased some vinyl letters, and I put her name at the bottom there. So what's in them? Well, I purchased this for her. Nice makeup bag or clutch. It says maid of honour. It's quite a nice bag. need to take the silica gel out. Now, it does say it's a cosmetic bag, but I thought it was a clutch. But either way, that's for her. And then I'm going to have to move this. Everybody has a dressing gown to get ready in. Hers is a black satin one. Now, my 3 older bridesmaids are my best friends, and they all have black. Now, my daughter, my younger sister, and my 2 daughters, they all have like a cream, sort of goldy cream colour, and I have white. My mum has a creamy colour too, which is awesome. And then, what else have we got? A bubble or a hair tie, depending on where you're from. We call them bubbles. B-O-B-B-L-E, bubble. To have and to hold your hair back. This is so cute, and I got these and I made them. So another hair tie. And a mirror. Which is like a lovely rose colour. So I got them for everybody, I think, except like 1 or 2 people, but that's because they have different gifts, but it's okay. So this should be like this, but a bottle of Prosecco. It says Team Bride. I'm very cross, actually, about this, and I'm going to tell you why. At the venue, we have something called no corkage, and that means that we don't have to buy the venue's alcohol whilst we are having the day and the meal. So we were able to provide our own alcohol. It would have worked out so much cheaper, right? You know, so frustrating. They wanted me to do an inventory of everything, every piece of alcohol, every drink, every bottle, even the kids' non-alcoholic drinks. They had to declare everything. And they told me that afterwards I was not allowed to use anything. And here's the clincher. Here's the thing. If by any chance any alcohol is left open, they will chuck it away. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I've been very stressed about it, and you know, I had to declare these. These are gifts for my bridesmaids to take home with them. Why am I declaring this? It's not going to impact your business. So I was very cross. The show goes on. And I'm here because my chief bridesmaid is my chief bridesmaid. She has this. So she's having her hair braided, so she would probably just slot it somewhere there. This was originally mine, but I changed my mind. I didn't want any more. So, yeah. When I tell you that my dress is enough, I don't need anything fancy. The dress is a statement piece. I didn't want to be too blinged up, or, you know, my veil isn't here, it's at my mum's, but like I didn't want too much. So I've just got very simple earrings. I have a bracelet that my soon-to-be husband has bought me, and I that's it. I'm just wearing my dress and my shoes, which my shoes are incredible. But they all have a corsage for the wrists, which again, I'm not impressed with how loose they are. So we will see how they go, but I didn't want them to have flowers because, you know, I was making flowers and bouquets. I wasn't happy with them, so I just went, nah, I'm not going to do that. And then it frees up their time. But that, I have quite skinny wrists, and that's annoying me, so I completely get it if my bridesmaids want to take them off. But they also match the buttonholes, so that works for me. So this card's going to be for her to go in her little bag. I nearly forgot about these. So, a little card to say a big thank you. To my best friend. To my best friend Kirsty. You have been my rock this last year. Thank you for being you. Love, Amy. And there we go. And that will just go poop into the bag. So I'm going to write a few of these, but I have to really think about each one. I did one for Mike, who is our vicar, who is a family friend of ours, and this is his little thing, and I put him a wooden cross and a acrylic heart, and it says something on the lines of, there are people in this world who make things better wherever they go. Thank you for being one of them. I just thought that was something. Yeah, he wouldn't want a gift. He's not that way inclined, but I wanted to just do something to say thank you. So I need to put the button holes with the pins. So I've been very unwell the past couple of weeks. I'm just beyond drained. I am going in to get tests done in hospital next month to find out what's wrong with me. They don't know whether it's an allergy. I'm sorry if you heard my son scream then, he's awake. So Dad'll be sorting that out. But I don't know from one way or another what the plan of action is going to be, but they think it could be an allergy, or they have to test me for everything. And I can't eat without being in pain, like excruciating pain. And it's just, I'm just drained. And the wedding stress isn't helping. And then I got signed off from work, and then I heard things that had been said about me, which wasn't nice at all. So I got signed off by the GP. The doctor was like, you need to go and rest. And then I just needed time. And then I sat down one day in the mirror literally a few days ago, and I noticed that I'm changing, and I'm getting old, and it was like the first time in my life that I really truly noticed it. And I noticed that a year ago my hair wasn't this thin. It used to be very thick. I've got thick hair at the roots, but not so much hair anymore. It kind of stays in place. It never used to really do that, but I'm going grey. I'm starting to, I don't know if you can see, but strands of grey and white everywhere, and you know, I'm trying to embrace it, but I'm struggling with that because I'm 34. And I noticed that, you know, Ashley's starting to age too, and I know it's a process and I know it's normal, but I wasn't prepared for it so soon. I'm getting crow's feet here and lines, and you know, you can just see them there, right? And there's the greys, look, you can see them coming through. But like the forehead lines, and someone had mentioned to me about getting Botox, and I was very offended by it. I even booked the appointment, and then I cancelled it last minute because I can't do it, because I was told once you start you can't stop, and I can't be put in that position. I don't get fillers. This is me as I am. But I have noticed, like, and this isn't bashing anybody, it's not for me. Like, I'm a person that, you know, I nearly went and got like the weight loss stuff, and I decided in the end I wasn't going to do that because, well, again, once I start, I'm not going to stop, right? And as somebody that is, there we go, just put it in there like that. As somebody that is trying to figure out who she is, making massive modifications and changes like that with medication, you know, it's going to go one way or the other, right? And I rather just do things the way that I've always done, which is by diet and exercise, which I have done really well, to be fair. I've lost in the last few months like just over 10 pounds, and this is huge on me now. It's why it's so baggy, and you know, and I'm happy with that. But that's not a dig at anybody that wants to make those changes with other ways. It's just not for me. But I don't even have like a makeup artist on the wedding, just because I don't see a point. I just feel like I'd rather just be me, you know. So I have a bag full of makeup, and I did go into a department store not too long ago, and I said to the lady, could you teach me how to do makeup? And she was like, absolutely. So she did. So I have a technique to make my skin flawless on the wedding day, but I have got my anxiety about it all. I ironically I have stage fright, ironically, because I can sit in front of a camera with no problems. But walking down the aisle with 40 pairs of eyes staring at me, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. We have primarily friends, not family. We made that decision. The people that would care about us enough will be there, and the people that don't, then they don't, and that's okay. And you know, there are people coming to the wedding that have seen me in the best stages of my life and the worst stages too, and they've never judged me, and they've always just been there. But there are people that we wanted there who are judging me based on an old version of me. And you know, I watched a video earlier on, gracefully Gracefully Something ASMR, and she's been absent for 3 years, and she's come back, and it's a whole thing, right? Everyone's so excited that she's back, and she said that in the 3 years there have been some great versions of her, like, and then she's had to edit that version of her to get the final, like the final copy of her, like the final person, right? And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, like, that is what I've been trying to explain. You know, we go through in our lives several versions of ourselves to get to the other side. And I am being still to this day judged by people that know an old version of me, and I'm not that same person, and it's a shame. It's a real shame. But ultimately, you can't change that. I had this situation recently where I recognized somebody online on another app, and she was live streaming, and I was like, oh my goodness, I know you, but I couldn't think where. So I was like, hey, how are you? Like, that's just who I am. And she messaged me, and she was like, you are Amy, surname. You used to cancel coffee dates all the time. You lied all the time, blah, 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 blah. And then blocked me before I even had a chance to defend myself. And that hurt me so much, because I probably was in my 20s, because I knew her when I was like 21. I wasn't a nice person back then. I was a very traumatized individual. It doesn't make like an excuse at all. I was probably an absolute arse to this girl, right? Because I didn't understand that I was a completely traumatized individual, and I hated life. I hated my life. I was trying to process stuff that happened to me as a kid. I was still very immature. And yeah, I did cancel dates. I did lie to not hurt people. I told her, I remember I told her I was going to the dentist, and I wasn't going to the dentist. I didn't want to people that day. So because she was severely autistic, I didn't want to upset her. So I just said I had the dentist, and she found out, and it was a whole thing. But nowadays, I think looking back, I wish I'd have been kinder to myself. I was very critical of myself, and I push everybody away. And that girl hates me because of a 21-year-old version of myself. I'm not the same person I was then. I would have been honest with her and say, you know what, I don't want to be people today. And if she took offence to that, that's on her. But ultimately, I took the rap because I didn't want to hurt her. And I don't know. I was very critical of myself back then. I still am to a degree, but I'm not as critical as I was. I've learned to accept where I am, and I've met myself at this moment. The only thing I'm critical of is how thin my hair is. I don't like it. I miss my voluminous lengths of hair. But yeah, I think we are our own worst enemy, and we're very critical of ourselves at the best of times. And I've been very critical about the planning of this wedding, but I've done it. So I do have these two. I'm leaning them in to show you, but these are step ladders with flowers, and then at the top lights on. These are going to be set up in the hallway, and they're going to contain photos of absent loved ones that couldn't make it because they're in heaven. So it's the Stairway to Heaven, and it was something that I thought of when my friend used that she used it as like a sweet cart, but I was like, no, I've got a better idea for that. And yeah, and then when I'm done, I'll donate it on like it was donated to me. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching today. You probably won't hear from me now until after the wedding, so I'm going to take this week to concentrate on getting better. get myself ready mentally for the big day, because I'm so nervous and scared. And yeah, thank you all for being there and being supportive, and I hope that you have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon. So take care. I did just have an idea though before we go. Would you like me to do a slideshow of the wedding and narrate over it in a soft spoken voice? If you want me to do that, please let me know in the comments. Take care, guys. Bye.